Hi, I'm Rachael. I'm here to give you tips, tricks, inspiration, and motivation along your financial journey. Today we are going into my May budget to recap everything that I did in the month of May. This is way overdue, but I am getting it out there for you. Fair warning, I didn't keep very good track of my budget as I was in the month, and so I went over budget in a lot of areas because I didn't pay attention to my budget. The good news is that I made extra money in the month of May. I very often do, other than last year, thanks to everything being shut down. But this year, I was able to work the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs just like I have every year since I was 18, except for 2020. And so I was finally able to make some money with that job. And so let's see if me making the extra money covered all of my spending. So let's just go ahead and get into it because I don't have anything else to say other than, yeah, I just did not treat my budget very well in the month of May. So let's just get into it. First of all, I don't have any notes. Obviously I didn't keep very good track of my budget anyway, so I definitely didn't make any notes along the way. I am going to go first through my main, I call it my other known allocations, but it's really just my basic bills that I have to pay in order to keep the lights on and the water running and all of that. So the first thing that I give is $150 to my church. The second little bar here for a savings, that I don't really add anything to that. That's a whole other separate thing. That's more like going into my emergency fund saving if I need to put money in there. So I don't normally put anything in there. My mortgage is $878.84. Next up is my Nelnet undergrad. So this is the minimum payment for my undergrad degree, which my dad is actually helping me out with. But I make sure to put that minimum payment each month towards that, just in case I don't get my dad's money to the bank in time, or just in case he doesn't pay me in time. I just want to make sure that that minimum payment is covered. So that is $77.58. Next up is the graduate loan payment. That is 100% completely on me, and that minimum payment is actually $0 a month. That is until the CARES Act is no longer in effect for student loans, but I am still continuing to put $72.52 towards that student loan each month. It's actually just going into a separate bank account, and then I will pay that student loan from that account. Right now I'm still at 0% interest, which has been really nice. Next up is my extra savings or debt payments. I'm just going to go ahead and give it away. I put $1,064.03 to my extra savings account, which is for, actually right now it's all going into my my sinking fund for house repairs and updates, because I am wanting to get new windows, although it's going to be a lot more expensive than I anticipated, so it's going to be a little bit longer before I can get there, but at least I was able to put a good chunk of money towards that this month, even knowing that I went over budget in a lot of areas. So then there is my sinking funds. I put $250 towards my sinking funds each month. Subscriptions is $15.76. I think that's for everything. I think I got everything in there. I hope I did. Electricity and gas. So that bill was $81.24. I did not run the heat or the air conditioner as much in, I guess, maybe April-ish, because that's the middle of the month when that bill is due. So I guess it would have been in April. So the weather was pretty nice, and I had the air off, the heating or the air off a lot. So that will be going up in the summer months. It will be a lot more because it's been pretty hot the last month or two. So yeah. All right. Water, though, I don't know why this bill is so high. It is $123.94. That is for 2 months. That's a lot of money, and I don't know why the water bill is so high. I think water is just really expensive in this city. We do have really good water, which is that's really nice. But it's also really expensive. My internet does not change, thankfully. That is $54.99. I did not have a trash bill in the month of May, so I did not have to pay anything for that. That is paid every 3 months. And then my Verizon bill is usually about the same each month, and that was $52.77. Next up is gasoline. So I got gas for my car twice during the month. Once on the 13th for $28.55, and then once on the 29th for $27.70. I did not go over budget in this category, even though gas prices have gone way up. Maybe in June. Maybe they started going up more in June. I don't know what my gas budget looks like for June. You'll have to catch that on my June budget recap. So my groceries, I went way over budget. I spent $23.31 at Kroger on the 8th. Doesn't seem too bad, but then I spent $200.92 at Kroger on the 17th. I don't know what I was thinking. I have no words. I have no idea what I was thinking. Why I thought it was okay to spend $200, I have no idea. And then $8.59 at IGA on the 14th. Let's see. School was still in session in May. I did have a little get together with the other teachers from my school, but I think I put that in my teaching budget, so I'm not sure why I thought it was okay to spend $200, but I did. So I went over budget $132.82. That's not good. My teaching budget, I went way over budget in this one too. This one really, because I think I upped that budget, but then still spent way more because school was still in session. We had Mother's Day, then there was end of the year stuff, and then I said I had that get together with coworkers, and since that had to do with school, and you know I'm a teacher and I invited the teachers over, then the food that I bought for them coming over, I put that in my teaching budget because I figured that counts as a teaching budget because it was a school thing. It wasn't like a school thing, but it was a school thing. You know what I mean. So I spent $9.66 at Michael's on the 4th, 46 cents on Teachers Pay Teachers on the 4th, 26 cents on Teachers Pay Teachers on the 4th. So Teachers Pay Teachers, I actually use my credit card rewards through PayPal. I'm able to do that when I pay on Teachers Pay Teachers, but for some very odd reason, it doesn't let me include the tax when I make those payments. So I really am just paying tax on these purchases. But it does keep my teaching budget down a little bit when I do that. Michael's, I spent another $1.69 at Michael's. I spent $90.63 at Scholastic. I bought a whole bunch of books. That was another thing I kind of forgot about. I bought a whole bunch of books that are really, really, really popular books for second graders, and I didn't even let my second graders know that I bought these books because by the time they arrived at school, like they would have had time to just kind of like see that they exist and then be upset. So I didn't even let them see what books I got because I didn't want them to be upset that I finally bought these books that they've been begging for all year and they didn't even get to use them. So next year's class will enjoy these books. I'm sorry to this year's class, but Kroger, $62.95. So that's from the get together that I had at my house the last Friday before the last day of school. So Teachers Pay Teachers, 18 cents. Dollar Tree, this is for end of the year school stuff, $37.10. And then Meijer was $11.12. That was also end of the year stuff. So if you'd like to see what I did for end of the year stuff, I actually plan on doing a video. I've kind of filmed stuff at the end of the school year, and then it never got put up on my other teaching channel, which I will link down below. But I do plan on putting that up, what I did for the end of the year, because I thought it was really fun. I thought it was really cool. The kids loved it, and it cost me what, like $40–50. So I mean, it was a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but the kids loved it. So I spent a total of $214.05 and went over budget $139.05. So that's not good. My spending allocation, I guess you could say 50 of that went to my teaching budget, but I want to put all of my teaching stuff in that budget so that when my dad does my taxes, I can be like, hey, this is how much stuff I spent on teaching stuff. I just like keeping things in the right category, but I still had $56 left in my spending allocation because I only spent $4, and that's just because I had to pay the IRS $4. It was my state taxes. I owed $4 on my state taxes, and then I actually ended up getting money back in my federal taxes, which you will see in the income section. Restaurant allocation. I spent $6.56 at McDonald's on the 4th, $8.05 at Taco Bell on the 10th, $6.46 at McDonald's on the 11th, $7.29 at McDonald's on the 12th, and then $7.41 at Taco Bell on the 17th. This is just like end of the year eating out stress probably. I mean, I can't even remember. But I spent $35.77. I guess I raised this up because normally I think it's only $40, and I still stayed under that budget. So I'm pretty proud of that. So I still have $39.23 left in that budget. Next up is my household allocation. So this is typically stuff for like toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, and things like that. That's typically what this allocation is for. But I've also been using it in like decorations that I buy, and you'll see that my background here looks a little bit different. Actually, that doesn't go in decorations. That actually goes in my business expenses because it's for here, it's for you. So that is different. But I do have other things that I've been like updating in my living room and my kitchen and buying some things there. And so while that probably should go under spending or maybe my household updates and repairs sinking fund, sometimes I put it in my household allocation. It's like a monthly extension of my household sinking fund, I guess you could say. I don't know. Like, they're kind of one and the same, sort of, but I give myself a monthly budget. But this month, I don't even know. Well, Lowe's, I mean, I guess that would be like house repairs of some kind. So, I mean, it's kind of like they're the same, but they're different. And I don't know how to explain that any further. So anyway, I mix the two way too often. And that's why I went way over budget. Target, $147.84 on May 12th. And then Lowe's, I spent $164.41 on the 21st. I don't even remember what I bought because it was like 2 months ago almost, or a month and a half ago. I don't know, whatever. I don't even know what the date is. This is what happens to teachers in the summer. We have no idea what date it is. And we don't care. Actually, I do kind of remember now that I'm editing. I bought a grill and some charcoal, and I'm not sure what else I would have bought. But I know that I bought those things because that was part of what I did for the teachers coming over. I said that I would grill out hamburgers and hot dogs, and then we didn't even do that. Everybody else brought a bunch of food, and we just like ate what everybody else brought. So I've got lots of hamburgers and hot dogs in the freezer and buns. So yeah, that'll last me through the summer for sure. I spent $312.25, and I went over budget by $262.25, and that's not okay. Let's look at my sinking funds before we go into my income. I spent from my house sinking fund $94.87 on Amazon. I bought curtain rods. I also bought a couple of masks, which now masks are like not really required in our state, except for maybe doctor's offices. But there were some flamingo masks that I really wanted to wear like the last week of school because my classroom is flamingo themed. I also bought some flamingo decor for my classroom. So part of that probably should have gone in my teaching budget, but I've already spent enough from there. Like I'm already going to be at my max for teaching supplies for that category in my taxes anyway, so it's fine. I spent $38 at O'Charlie's from my family time sinking fund. This is my weekly dinner out with Aunt Doris. She did pay for part of that in cash, so at least there's that. And we were having dinner at this time on Wednesdays, and O'Charlie's has free pie on Wednesdays, so we also got free dessert. So that's nice. We are now having lunch on Thursdays instead of dinner on Wednesdays because I have a Wednesday commitment now that things are open again in our state. And so we've moved our dinner and lunch, and we've moved. Let's see, I paid $31.48 at Outback. This was, again, family time, but this time I went out with my dad. I actually told him that I would pay for dinner because he helped me with something. I can't even remember what he helped me with. He helped me with something around the house, and I said, well, I'll take you out to dinner, Dad. And he had paid for himself because he said, well, let's go to Outback. But he was like, it's too much for you to pay for both of us, so you pay for yourself and that'll count. So that was really nice. So thank you, Dad, for not making me pay for you, even though I told you I would. Cracker Barrel Family Time Sinking Fund. That's with Aunt Doris. We also go out to breakfast or lunch after church every weekend, along with our midweek dinner or lunch as well. So that was, again, was with Aunt Doris. And then IHOP on the 23rd was, again, family time. That was $29.34. So breakfast with Aunt Doris. Let's see, $22.87 was Feast Barbecue. This was more family time, but this time it was family from out of town. So family we haven't seen in quite a while. Actually, we haven't seen them since my mom died last August. So they came in town for a couple of days. They didn't even get to stay for her actual funeral because they had to fly back out. Yeah, they flew. And so anyway, it's been a while since we've seen them, and the last time we saw them was a very sad occasion. So they came in town, and we went out to dinner, and then we also actually went out to drinks before we went out to dinner. So I'm not sure why I put one in before the other, but whatever. It was the same night, so it's fine. So $7.42 for drinks out before dinner. So the total I spent from my sinking funds was $242.16. All right, finally, my income. I made $1105.84. This is my regular paycheck on April 30th. I count that as the first of the month. I made $884.49 from Churchill Downs for working a Kentucky Derby, and actually the 2 days before that as well. So it's 3 days of work. Then I made my paycheck again, $1105.84. Then I also worked some more at Churchill Downs throughout the month and made $183.53. And then I was also paid from the IRS for my federal taxes and got $397.11 back, which that is as close to zero as I'm probably going to get. That's actually really, 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 really good. You don't want to owe a lot of money, and you don't want to get a whole lot of money back. So I think like under $400, that's like perfect. So I made a total of $3,676.81. Let's just like quickly go over everything, and I like seeing it all together on the side. And just seeing like how many categories I did right and how many I did wrong, like all in one spot. So church, $150, that was on target. Mortgage is on target. My debt payments, of course, they're on target. They're always on target. My extra savings or debt payments, that's great. I was able to put $1,059.73 extra than I planned, which is only $4.30. I kept planned to put $4.30. That's ridiculous. But, you know, that's what I had. I didn't have anywhere to put that money, so I knew I was going to make extra, so that's fine. Sinking funds, right on target. My subscription, so $13.69. I knew something was missing from there. So Amazon Prime is $13.69, and that must have been paid at some point. And either I put it in the month before, or I put it in June, and there's going to be 2 of those in June. So it just depends on like when that bill comes in and when it gets paid. Sometimes it gets put in one month or the other. Electricity and gas, I was actually under budget, $18.76, which is great. And water, I was over budget, $3.94. I'm not going to worry about that. Internet, trash, all that's right on. Well, it's easy to be right on target for trash when you don't have the bill that month. Verizon, it was a little under. I'm not sure why that fluctuates, but it does. Gasoline, I was under budget. Groceries, household, teaching, I was way over budget on all of those. Oh my goodness gracious, I was way over budget. Spending, I was under budget, and restaurants, I was under budget. So that's great, actually. Yeah, see, I upped my restaurant budget to $75 because I knew that I was going to be stressed and working extra at Churchill and school and the end of the year school. I knew that I was going to be eating out a lot, and then I didn't even spend it. I didn't even use it. So crazy. That is my total right there. So I spent a total of, I made a total of $3,676.81. That's because of, that's not really what I spent. If I take out the extra that I put towards my savings, which actually will go in my house updates and repairs, I actually spent a total of $2,612.78. This does not include my sinking funds because that money comes from money that's already saved for those things. So I did spend more money than that. It just, I don't count it as coming from the main budget because it's coming from a stockpile from somewhere else. So that's how I count it. All right, so that is it. That is my May budget. You can tell me how terrible I did in the comments down below, but keep in mind that I still put over $1,000 into savings. But it should have been more than that, and yeah. And June is not going to be that much better, so I will probably do my June budget for next week. June is not all that much better. I mean, I can't go back in time and fix it, but I can fix the future and do better going forward. So that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.